Oh, I just hurt my shoulder.
What's wrong? What happened? Sit down.
Okay,
Okay.
so I was trying to go over a screen, but the girl moved up and I ran right into her and my shoulder just went basically right into her chest.
Okay.
And it just applied some pressure down on my shoulder like that, and it's really hurting.
Okay. So basically, if she hit you downward and your shoulder went down.
Yes.
Okay. And it still really hurts.
Yes.
On a pain scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the least pain ever, and 10 being the most.
Like a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Has anything like this ever happened to you before?
Mm-mm.
No. Can I
Yeah.
look around?
Mhm.
Okay. Is there any
Yeah.
pain right there?
Right there.
Okay. What about in this area?
Not much there.
Okay. Can you lift your arm up?
Just to right there.
Okay. That's normal. Okay. So I think you have an injury in this area, but let me do a test on you real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to push down your clavicle, and if there's pain, let me know.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think you have what we call an AC joint
Mm-hmm.
injury, which is a acromioclavicular ligament injury. And so your ligaments, basically, there's 3 grades of tearing. This is how they are normally. And grade 1 is a little separation. Grade 2 is a little bit more, and 3 is completely apart.
So which one did I do?
So I think there's a little bit of swelling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear any sounds like popping or
No
clicking?
popping. Mm-mm.
Okay, then you more than likely have a grade 1
Okay.
type.
And what is the AC joint again?
The AC joint is a ligament that attaches your clavicle and your acromion together.
Oh,
so it's a
okay.
little ligament right here that holds your bones together.
Okay.
And basically, you're lucky. It's only a type 1, type 2 or 3. There's another ligament in here called the coracomial ligament that you could have also torn.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I'm glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, good job. You're in a lot of pain, but good job. Okay, so we're gonna get some ice on it and try and reduce the swelling.
Okay.
All right. So basically, we're gonna get you some ice. It's a pain. It's basically we're gonna reduce the swelling on you, and by reducing the swelling, we're relieving some of the pain. Because with ice, what do you do when it's really cold outside? You kind of tense up and you freeze a little bit. Well, basically, we're doing the same thing to your body functions, like your blood system. Basically, we're going to make it close down and freeze up a little bit so that it reduces the amount of fluid coming to the area. So
it's kind of like constricting?
Yeah, your blood vessels are constricting, and so less fluid comes, and so less pressure will come, which we have this thing called the pain spasm cycle.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't sound fun.
So we're gonna try and break down the cycle.
So how does that cycle work?
So basically, whenever you have a spasm, which your muscles right now are kind of spasming because there's an injury, and your body always reacts to injury by protecting it. So you're doing what we call muscle guarding, which is why you can't really move. Everything is kind of stiff in here a little bit. So we're going to try and reduce the pressure in the area so that your body will know that it's okay, your muscle guarding will stop, and the pressure in the area will stop, and so your spasm, and this cutting off your pain and spasm cycle. So this should also reduce your pain while cutting off some of the cycle. Can you hold that there for a second?
How long does this have to stay on?
This stays on here for about 15 to 20 minutes. Basically just until normally a lot of times we'll tell you until the ice melts, because the way the ice works is by a heat transfer from your bodily heat going into the ice bag, thus reducing the amount of. We're gonna go around here.
Okay.
So. But basically, your bodily heat will go into the ice pack, and the ice will start to melt, which then the lack of heat from your body makes everything colder in the area because it's losing heat. So then it starts to shut down everything in the area because your blood vessels are losing the heat that it has, which then it starts to constrict to try and keep the heat that it has.
Mm.
So then that's how everything starts to shut down and then reduce the swelling and then reduce your pain, and it all starts to work out.
Okay.
So I think you're going to be fine.
Okay, thank you.
It's a ligament sprain, and it's a severe thing with everything in there. So what we're gonna do is this is called a stem machine.
What is stem?
Basically, we're just sending. It sounds a little funny, but we're gonna be sending electrical pulses through the area. Now, it's not really anything to be concerned about. It's very safe. We use it a ton every day. It's all right. But basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sending some stimulants to the area to try and break down your pain and spasm cycle a little bit more. Because the way that your receptors work in the area or in your body is you have your pain receptors and you have sensory receptors. So your pain, well, that's all you're feeling right now. So we're going to try and put these on and give you some more sensory to the area to try and block the pain receptors a little bit more.
How does that block the pain receptors?
Because your nerves only have like one pathway. So basically it's like taking turns at like a stop sign.
Oh.
Or, so say you have a one-way street
Mm-hmm.
and then you have an intersection of stop signs. The stop signs are the pain, so they have to yield for stop to the sensory. So we're going to put some sensory stimulants in there so that the pain can't really come through.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right. So now we're just going to hook this up. And this is called interferential.
Okay.
And so basically we're going to have these pads crisscross in the area. And again, this shouldn't really hurt. We're also going to put some ice on there once we get this going to, again, keep some of the swelling down. And this will also help with the swelling because it's the scientific term in all the books you'll read is milking. It's kind of a pumping system, really.
Okay.
It'll kind of, between the negative and the positive pulses, you know, opposites attract and separation. So we're going to crisscross these and try and get a pumping sensation through the area to try and get that swelling out.
So it's pumping the swelling now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then right over that joint. Do you have any questions about any of this?
So what does so is sending electrical impulses from one electrode to the other?
Yeah.
And so
basically, this machine, basically your body's acting as a conductor. Kind of like, copper coils are good conductors for electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to send, all right.
So what are you doing over here?
This is called, obviously this is the SIM machine. We're going to put you on interferential, which basically is 2 channels so that we can have 4 pads hook you up. and this will help with the pumping sensation. And they're basically going to crisscross to have that pumping sensation come through and get everything out.
Okay.
So they're going to interact, and since you're electrical conductor, everything's just going to go through here, and you're going to receive those electrical stimulants so that your nerves feel them and stop the pain, as well as reducing the swelling, which we talked about was when you have a lot of swelling, you have a lot of pressure, and we don't want a lot of swelling at first to cause secondary injury, like a type 2 instead of a type 1 AC joint ligament tear. So we're going to start this bad boy up.
What is it gonna feel like?
You're going to feel a little bit of tingling, and you may not feel it at first for a little bit, but just tell me when you start to feel it, because all we want is sensory.
Okay.
After that, you start to have muscle contractions, and then, which we don't want right now, because since your muscle's already in a guarding position, and any more movement and tear in the area might cause your ligaments to tear further. So just tell me when you start to feel it, and we'll be good to go.
Okay, I feel it.
All right, and then so we're just gonna hook you up right there for 20 minutes, and then we'll be able to come back, and then you'll be done for the day, and we're gonna hook you up with a sling to splint your area, and then we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, and here's the ice for a little bit more reduction swelling. So you shouldn't really feel any pain during the process.
Okay.
So we're gonna have you hold that right there. For a second. This stuff always sticks to it, so it's really kind of annoying sometimes. Alright, so I'm gonna need you to lift up a little bit. We're just gonna go once around the electrodes. And this shouldn't do anything to the machine. Don't worry about it. It's very safe.
Hey, Sinead.
Hey Olivia, welcome back. How are you feeling?
Feeling much better.
Good. You've been out of the gym for a few days. You getting?
Yep, I
Are you
can.
feeling a little bit better?
Mhm.
Moving it?
Yep, I
Good.
can.
Your range of motion is getting really good. Really. All right. So, pain scale from 1 to 10. How are you feeling?
No pain when I'm not moving it. Sometimes, just when I move it, kind of like putting my shirt on or taking it off.
Okay.
It's
So just
just a
anything
one,
kind of above
Like way
here.
above, yeah.
All right. That sounds good. All right. So, out of sling, we're past the inflammatory phase, so you're cute, everything. So let's start heating it up. See
Okay.
how you feel. Get those muscles relaxed and get your blood flowing. So we're gonna start out with a heat pack. Have you ever had one of these or used one of these before?
No, I haven't.
No? All right. Well, basically, when you first came in, we talked about ice and the way we use it. And basically, so for heat, we're doing the exact opposite. We want your blood flow to come back to normal. That should be actually really hot. So we want your blood flow to come back to normal. We actually want to increase it because your blood actually has a lot of healing properties. And since the area isn't as at high of a risk for injury, then we're going to increase blood flow so that it can bring those nutrients and extra oxygen to the area, which helps your healing. Because the cells in your body really need the oxygen and some nutrients to really start repairing everything. So you're in what we call kind of the proliferation phase of everything starting to get back together.
Okay.
So we're just going to try and create the right environment to increase that property.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to keep this on here for about 10 to 15 minutes as well. Okay. So time for the heat packs up.
Okay.
It's a really good thing we did this first since it's a moistened heat pack. It allows your skin to be a little bit more moistened as well, which allows it to be more permeable for our next modality, which is ultrasound. Have you ever used ultrasound before?
No, but they do that on pregnant women, right?
Yeah, they do. That's a little bit of a different type of ultrasound, though. This, they both use sound waves, but this is more of a heating unit than using the sound waves to bounce back a picture.
Okay.
So, can I ask you to roll your sleeve up for me? Awesome. So, basically, since your joint right here isn't very deep, we're going to use, there's 3 settings, and we're going to use a third one because it's for more superficial layers.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and put that on sound and put that down to 3 megahertz, which is just the frequency, and we're going to leave it on continuous. So, which just means that the sound's going to continuously keep going.
Okay.
So, we're going to put some ultrasound gel on you, which which allows the sound to go through the gel and into your skin.
Okay, so it just can't go right through.
Right. No, it has to be a certain density for the sound waves to go through, and this is a good what we call a coupling agent.
Okay.
To just a mediator, basically. So it's not really anything bad. We're just gonna go ahead and put some of this on you, though. So you don't need a whole lot, just a little bit around the area. All right. So. Yeah, we should probably get some new bottles, right?
Yeah. Those bottles.
Absolutely. It tends to be a little messy sometimes, but I mean,
What can you do?
So, and basically the way this works is there's a crystal inside the head, and it basically vibrates and creates sound waves through there. So basically we're not going to have a huge area, we're just going to rub it around the area, and all you want, again, is more of that kind of sensory kind of feel. It will start heating up the area, and especially what you want. So we're going to turn up the intensity a little bit. Alright, so with this kind of modality, you really shouldn't feel anything. Just because the vibrating, it might heat up a little bit, but really not anything you should really worry about.
Okay.
This is good to get everything in the area kind of heated up and loosened. The sound waves are really good about breaking down the scar tissue so that you can have a little bit more range of motion through it. So it just unblocks everything in there. As well as it's really great for helping your cells reabsorb all the nutrients with the blood. So it's helping your healing factor a little bit more. So, and plus with all the heating, with the heat pack and the ultrasound, it's helping your muscles heat up, and with the heat, it loosens up all the fibers and everything so that your muscle guarding should really just go away.
Okay.
So once we're going to do this for a little bit, and then once we're done with this, then you can go ahead and go out and try some dribbling, see how that feels, and then if you feel any pain though, just go ahead and stop.
Okay.
So, all right.